guys, welcome back to Cook with Teresa. Today we're going to be making donuts. They're super simple, really easy to make, and since the holiday breaks are here, we wanted to give you guys a special recipe. And the kids that are in holidays along with us, they can follow this recipe and enjoy. So let's get started. For the ingredients, over here we have 1 1/3 cup of warm milk. We have around 1/3 or 4 tablespoons of sugar, 1 egg, around 1.5 tablespoons of yeast, 3 tablespoons of oil, and 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So these are all the ingredients. Let's go on to the next step. Okay, so we're gonna mix all of our dry ingredients together. So we have our 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna add our 1.5 tablespoons of yeast, and then we're going to add our 4 tablespoons of sugar, and we're just gonna give this a gentle mix. And then next we're gonna add the oil and the eggs. So add the oil. I'm gonna keep stirring while doing this. And the egg. Just gonna mix this all together. And while it's getting mixed, we're gonna slowly add the milk. Make sure it's a bit warm because this helps the yeast activate more faster.